All right, let's check the sound. Testing, testing. Perfect. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are starting a little bit late. The game before us did go into, well, it didn't go into overtime, but let's just say it was a spicy game. Yeah, we'll stick with spicy because really, not spicy. It was a scrappy game, so we'll just stick with that. Yes, I am, but that's okay. All right. Getting ready to welcome our 18U Daytona Swamp Rabbits onto the ice for their last home game of this 2025-2026 season. Tyler Broadus leading the team out today to get started as he goes out for the first warm-up shot. Yeah, there we go. This team has been such a tight-knit team all season long, and it comes down to this last home game here at the Daytona Ice Arena. Thanks so much for joining us here live on the KPHN, where your Daytona Swamp Rabbits are getting ready to take on the Clearwater Ice Storm. We've got just under 2 minutes left to go in our warm-ups, so let's get started. Your roster today for your Daytona Swamp Rabbits versus the Clearwater Ice Storm. Number 4, Jaden Ditsunen. Number 7, Michael Bowerman. Number 11, Sam Hemme. Number 12, Luke Cusmano. Number 13, Ethan Resendez. Number 14, Eric Rose Jr. Number 19, Captain Alex Kozak. Number 21, Luke Williamson. Number 23, Aiden Kirschbaum. Number 24, Chase Poole. Number 26, Andrew Fogler. Number 27, Larry Lauer. Number 29, Tyler Broadus. Number 33, Josh Reagan. Number 77, Easton Grimes. Number 83, Brendan McMullen. Goaltenders today, number 31, Angelo McGovern. Number 35, Carson Miller. Number 31, Angelo McGovern will be starting between the pipes today for the Swamp Rabbits. Not participating in today's game, number 8, Sebastian Schaefer. Number 74, Seth Canada. Very special game today for 3 players. That's going to be number 19, number 21, and number 23. That is Alex Kozak, Luke Williamson, and Aiden Kirschbaum, who this is their last home game wearing the Rabbits jersey. Now, while we've got a lot of hockey coming up here over the next few weeks, we are heading to Washington, D.C. on Friday for the Presidential Cup over the MLK weekend. On February the 8th, that is going to be our next game down in, I believe, Clearwater for our last 2 regular season games. And then over President's Weekend, you are going to see us in, wait for it, yep, that's right, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, or St. Paul, Minnesota, for a tournament up there. So taking these Florida boys and heading to the snow. So you'll be able to find us there over the President's Weekend. So still, like I said, a lot of hockey coming up, but season is quickly coming to a close as we come into this 2026 new year. We hope everybody had a great new year. And let's hope this team here has a great start to this game. Rabbits on 3, 1, 2, 3, Rabbits. Let's go, Rabbits, as we head to center ice for the face-off. 14 minutes on the clock for each period and 1:30 assessed for penalties. All right, coming out here to start off at center, A captain Eric Rose Jr. going to be taking the, or going to be taking the face off up top. Number 13, Ethan Resendez. Number 21, Luke Williamson to his left. On the back end, it is going to be number 77, Easton Grimes, and number 7, Michael Browerman. Let's go, Rabbits. Rose on that face-off, scrumming for that puck, ends up coming up big with it. Storm send it in deep around the backside of McGovern. Browerman picks it up, sends it around this side to Williamson. Puck comes to the blue line, shot, stopped right in front of McGovern by Grimes. Storm with it, keeping it in play at center ice. Slowing things down a bit to get ready to go make another drive into the Rabbit zone. They send it around the backside of McGovern to the top of the boards. Resendez able to fling it into the corner as Grimes steps up. Rose getting in on that around the back end. From the blue line through traffic, deflected off of the skate of Browerman. Storm turn it back around, but it's picked up by Rose. Rose trying to get to it, shot, score. Rose tried to get that puck up and out of there, but it was stripped away by the Storm with 13:03 left to go here. 24, Chase Poole, and 33, Josh Reagan. Kozak with the face-off wing, gets it back to Reagan. Reagan with the puck, bouncing it off the boards, gets it to Ditsunen. Ditsunen flings that puck in, but it is caught close into the zone. Poole able to push him over to the side, shot, deflected. Puck up to the top of the boards there. Ditsunen trying to stop it. Storm once more throwing it into the zone. Poole playing it off the boards over to Ditsunen. Ditsunen able to fling it backwards into Storm territory as Ditsunen comes after it. Cross ice pass here to the bottom of the ice. Good hit by Kozak up along the glass. Lauer playing it again, trying to get movement through center ice here as it flings once more towards McGovern. Puck gets stopped around the backside of McGovern as Reagan sends it to the bottom of the Rabbit zone. Reagan chasing it down at the top of the ice. From the slot shot again, wide of McGovern. Poole picks it up around the back end, gets it over to the side to Lauer. Lauer trying to get that puck up. Poole picks it up in the corner. Poole trying to keep that puck out of the stick of the Storm, but Storm ended up swinging it around, and Ditsunen picks it up to skate it through center ice. Cross ice pass gets it to Lauer. Lauer takes it in deep in the corner in the Storm zone. Lauer scrumming hard for it there in that corner as McMullen now out on the ice trying to get to it. Kirschbaum at the top of the boards. Comes back around to the near side corner. Hemme here at the blue line to defend. Hemme looking to get him pushed to the side. They get around Hemme and McMullen. Shot on goal. Saved by McGovern. Storm again making their way through, but we're going to have offsides with 11:04 left to go here in this first period. Face-off coming to the bottom of the blue line just outside of the Rabbit zone with McMullen taking the draw. Aiden Kirschbaum up top. Kirschbaum comes in to get to it. Storm take it away. Storm with it. At center, Kirschbaum swings in there, try and block it. Storm send it in deep around the backside of McGovern. Hemme gets in there. They've got it pinned around the backside of McGovern now. From the blue line, Storm not able to keep it into play, but here comes Fogler. Fogler gets sandwiched. Browerman's keeping it in there. Storm pick it back up. Here comes Rose. Rose with it, sending it towards the net. Once more, Rose looking to get a takeaway here. They're making another move in on McGovern, and they score. 10:07 left to go here in this first period. Coming in for the face-off now, it is going to be Rose with Williamson to his left. Up top, Resendez, Grimes, and Reagan on the back end on defense. Rose on the face-off, gets it over to the side to Resendez. Rose trying to keep that puck into play at center ice. Resendez gets literally pushed into the bench there. Officials blew that dead. So coming in off of this one here, it is going to be a face-off on the stick side of McGovern. Roberts with it at center, but the Storm quick to turn it back around. Reagan with it, tapping it over to Williamson. Williamson with the puck. Gets it to Resendez. Resendez fires wide. Resendez with a pass to the top of the ice from Reagan. Reagan tries to fire, but it doesn't get past the circle. Rose tried to spin it around. Rose dumps it in deep. Get some fresh legs on the ice now for the Rabbits. As the Storm, with the turnover here in the corner, picked up by Williamson and Resendez. Storm quick to pick it back up. Kozak quick to turn it back around. Kozak over to Resendez to Williamson. Gets picked in front of the net. Reagan fires wide. Poole with it, dumping it back in. Poole trying to stop it there. Williamson as well trying to give him a hand with that. As the puck comes loose at center, Resendez gets hit up against the boards. Poole gets it in the corner. Poole plays it up against the boards, getting it up the way to Kozak. Kozak with it, skates it through center. Looks to send it up to the top to Lauer. Lauer trying to hold on to it. Picked up by the Storm. Poole again with it. Tried to pass it out. It deflects. Bowerman getting it in the corner. Sends it around to Ditsunen. Lauer taps it up the way to Kozak. Kozak taps that puck down. Kozak taps it in, but it's grabbed by the Storm. Storm once more making their way through. Drop pass back by the Storm over to the side. Broken up by Ditsunen. Nice play by Jaden Ditsunen to keep that puck out from in front of McGovern. Lauer taking a hard hit up against the boards there. Gets right back up. Storm once more with 7:30 left to go in this first period. Picked up by Ditsunen. Ditsunen waited. Ditsunen tried to wait for McMullen to get back on sides, but I believe it's going to be an offsides call on the Rabbits. With 7:22 left to go here in this period, first period. McMullen going to take the draw. Lauer to the left, Ditsunen to the right. Hemme and Bowerman on the back end. McMullen wins that faceoff, gets it to Ditsunen. Ditsunen sends it into the Storm zone. Storm holding it in their own territory. Finally get it cleared out to center. It's going to come all the way down deep into the Rabbit zone for icing. With 7:08 left to go here in this first period, we're going to go all the way back. Face-off coming to the stick side of Storm goaltender. McMullen again for the face-off. McMullen pushes that puck through. It's grabbed by the Storm behind the backside of their own goaltender. They double back, try to go the other way. They get it up the boards. Hemme here on the line to defend. They dump it in deep. Hemme going after it along with McMullen and Bowerman. Both of them swooping in there fast and furious like, and it's going to be McMullen that comes up with that puck. It pops out to the side. Hemi looking to get to it. Puck is loose around the side of McGovern. Again, with it, they look to turn it around. Puck is deflected up and out of play in the Rabbits bench. .6:31 left to go here in this period. Faceoff is going to be coming down to McGovern's stick side with Rose taking the faceoff. Vogler on the left. Guzmano, nope. Vogler on the left. Kirschbaum on the right. Reagan in now on that. Reagan gets it over to Kirschbaum. Rose trying to tap that puck out of there. From the blue line, they fire. Saved by McGovern. And off of a rebound, they put it in the back of the net again. Coming back out here to center ice, Rose taking that face off. Kirschbaum up top, Vogler down below with Poole and Reagan again on the back end. Let's go, Rabbits. We come in again. Poole pushing him out to the side. Great job by Poole keeping that pressure on, but I might be a little biased. Vogler gets that pass over to Vogler. Vogler sends it back around to the backside of McGovern. Reagan up there at the top of the boards to try and get that puck away again. Reagan with it. Taps it up the way to Kirschbaum. We got a penalty coming up, and Reagan is getting up. That's a good thing. All right, with 5:51 left to go here in this first period, Rabbits going on a power play. Faceoff is coming down here to the glove side of Storm goaltender as Kozak takes the faceoff, gets it to Resendez. Resendez to Bowerman, back to Kozak. Kozak gets it over to Williamson. Williamson tries to hold on to it. Grimes through traffic, deflected. Bowerman with a follow-up, another great shot again, not making it through that wall, that Storm wall there. As it deflects all the way into the Rabbit zone. And Grimes takes it in. Storm deflected all the way back once more. Less than a minute to go in the power play for the Rabbits. Bowerman taps it over to the side. Tried to get it to Williamson. Williamson couldn't get it cleared. Saved by McGovern. Grimes again going all the way back to try and pick up that puck. Rabbits are on a power play, but they cannot get this puck out of their zone right now. As Williamson trying to get it up the way, they pass it to the blue line. Fortunately, that shot did not make it very far. And here comes Kozak with it. Kozak playing it up the boards, trying to get it to Williamson. All right, Rabbits with a drive. Here comes Resendez. Resendez with it. Through the slot, to the side, deflected. Kozak takes it try to get it set up at center. Hemi out on the ice now to try and deflect that puck. Bowerman again, puck is deflected up and out of play, and we are back at full strength here as the Rabbits were able to get 2 shots on goal during that power play. Faceoff is coming to the stick side of McGovern. McMullen's coming in to take the faceoff with Ditsunin and Lauer out there. Puck deflected again up to the blue line. That was very close to offsides, but here comes Ditsunin making his way in. Takes it, tried to get a shot off. but got denied. Here we go again. McMullen pinned up against the boards. Yatsunin tried to come up with it. Taken away by the Storm. Storm with it. Passes to the top of the circle. Try to get it through the zone, but it deflects off the skate of deflected off the skate of Lauer, of Yatsunin. Lauer picked it up with a great shot. Here come the Storm once more into the zone. Gets pushed out to the far left side, so not able to get a shot off. But they're able to get the rebound off this side. Puck is loose and it goes in. That puck hit the post and stopped at McGovern's pad, and they were able to tap it in from right behind. That was one that was a freaky goal. 3:26 left to go here in this first period. Rose in again at center for the faceoff. Poole and Grimes on the back end. Rose. That puck is like stuck there at center ice. They send it towards McGovern again. He deflects it wide. Centering it up once more. Puck is loose. It's around the back side of the net. Great job by McGovern keeping that one out. Puck sent all the way deep into the Storm zone with 3:03 left to go here in this first period. We got icing, so we're coming all the way back. Face off coming to the glove side of McGovern with Rose in at center. They fire wide of McGovern as Grimes tries to get his stick in there. Hirschbaum getting it at the top of the boards, passing it up the way over to Rose. Rose getting his stick once more in their pool, trying to get it out to the side. Shot. Oh. .246 left to go here in this first period. As we've got Alex Kozak taking the face off once more. Williamson to the left. Up top, it is Ethan Resendez. Resendez taps it back over to the way to Browerman. Browerman plays it up the boards. It's picked up by the Storm. Storm pass it back. Stuck in their own zone. They're able to quickly move it through center ice and back into the Rabbits territory. Rabbits try to get it cleared. Storm keep it in. Batted down by the glove of Reagan. Again from the blue line. Send it to the top of the ice. They send it from the point circle. Deflected by McGovern. Again, strong passing here on the side by the Storm. As Rabbits able to get it out of their own zone. Resendez trying to hold on to it. They dump it in deep into the Rabbits zone so they can get a line change. Cross ice pass from Browerman trying to get it up to Resendez once more. Here comes the Storm again into the Rabbits territory. Resendez gets it up Browerman gets it up to Resendez, but it's going to be Kozak going to the box now. So Rabbits going on a penalty kill here now. As the faceoff's coming down here to the stick side of McGovern with 1:19 left to go here in this first period. McMullen going to take the faceoff. Grimes out there along with Poole and Lauer. Lauer chasing after it as the Storm able to send it around the backside of the ice. Or backside of McGovern. They get it from the side. Deflected wide. Poole with the puck. Lays it up against the boards again. Gets cleared up to McMullen. McMullen tried to hold him off. Less than a minute to go in the penalty kill for the Rabbits. McMullen in there, fighting hard for that puck. Grimes gets it around the back end. They get it up to the blue line. They fire through traffic. Puck is deflected and comes all the way deep into Storm zone. Fresh legs on the ice for the Rabbits as they send it back in. Kitsunen now with the puck, spinning it around once more deep into the Storm zone. Storm with it again, sending it in to Rabbits territory. Hemi going after it. Hemi turning it around, trying to get it to Kitsunen. They set it up in front of McGovern. McGovern blocks it with 3, 2, 1 second left to go. Kitsunen fires, and that's going to be it for the first period. Rabbits have 11 seconds left to kill of this penalty when we come back. Thanks for joining us here live on the KPHN as your Daytona Swamp Rabbits are taking on the Clearwater Ice Storm. Our next games are going to be on the road, and by on the road, I mean way on the road as we head north to Washington, D.C. next weekend for the Presidential Cup Tournament, or Congressional Tournament, I think is what they call it. I can't remember what it is. It's the same tournament we played in for the past 3 years. But either way, our first game, we have 2 games on Saturday the 17th. If you want to meet us in Washington, D.C., we'd love to have you there. If not, you can always watch live here. We'll have 2 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. 2 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday, and possibly 2 games on Monday. All right, this is actually the last home game for our Daytona Swamp Rabbits here for this 2025-2026 season. We only have 2 more regular season games, and they are going to be on February the 8th. That's a Sunday, so keep an eye on it there, as I think we're going to be heading to Clearwater for those games on that. We got some special players out there on the ice today. Number 19, Alex Kozak. Number 21, Luke Williamson. And number 23, Aiden Kirschbaum. Last home game in a Rabbits jersey. But if there's something I've learned, once a Rabbit, always a Rabbit. All right, as we get ready for the puck drop here at center ice, we've got 11 seconds left to go on the penalty for the Rabbits. It's going to be Rose taking the face off to Kitsunen up top. On the back end, it is going to be Browerman with Hemi on the back end as well. Goaltender is number 31, Angelo McGovern, today for this game. Number 35, Carson Miller, got the start at the game earlier today as Rose dumps it in deep, but a little too much oomph on it as that penalty expired. Great penalty kill for the Rabbits. But Resendez just was not able to get down there fast enough to grab that puck. So it's going to be icing on the Rabbits, making us come all the way back to the glove side of McGovern. So setting it up for us here, it is Rose with Kitsunen and Resendez, Hemi and Browerman on the backside. Shot saved by McGovern. Rose in again for the face-off. It's face-off win by the Storm. Shot batted down by Browerman. Another shot wide. It hits the side of the net. Resendez able to pick up that puck. Skating it through center and into the Storm zone. Resendez setting it up in center. Trying to get it to Kitsunen. Shot doesn't make it through traffic by Hemi. And here comes the Storm once more. Storm again, shot way high and up and out of play in the netting with 13:01 left to go here in this second period. McMullen in for the face-off on this one here as Williamson tries to get that puck out of there. The Storm turn it around, but Grimes is able to play it up the glass, but it deflects up and out of play with 12:47 left to go here in this period. Face-off is coming to the stick side of McGovern with McMullen taking the draw. On the back end, it is going to be Grimes and Reagan. Puck gets stuck behind the official. And the Storm cycle it around the backside of McGovern. Try and send it back, but here comes Grimes and McMullen sending it along the corner over to to Lauer. Puck is loose in front of McGovern. As Lauer tried to get it cleared, Reagan tried to give him a hand. Stuck on that blue line, it pops out. Lauer with it. Lauer with an opportunity to get out in front of it. Takes a shot. And a follow-up by Williamson. Damn. Puck comes all the way down deep into the Rabbit zone. No icing as it's picked up by Browerman. Browerman passes it up the way to Fogler. Fogler sends it to center. Punch, send it back in. Deflection by McGovern. As the puck comes deep once more for icing on the Rabbits with 11:38 left to go in this second period. We're coming all the way back. All right, here on the stick side of McGovern, it's Kozak taking the face off. Shot through the slot. Another block, great block by McGovern on that one. As they take another shot, good defensive play by both Browerman and Fogler on that. Puck comes up to the top of the boards again. Through center, shot, saved by McGovern as it's deflected up high. Again, over to the side. Storm with it around the backside of the net. Send it over to the corner. It clears. Storm's going to get to it first, but Kirschbaum's going to make a strong effort to put the pressure on. Storm rolling in hot this time as they come through, try to get past Browerman. Takes a shot, deflected wide by the stick of Browerman. Great job with 10:50 left to go in this second period. 14-4 shots on goal right now in favor of the Storm. Radis out there on the ice now along with Cusmano as it is going to be Rose taking the face off on the back end. It looks like it is Hemi and Reagan turning that puck around in the corner. It gets loose in front, shot deflected wide. And once more along to the side, it is Hemi getting it up the way over to Cusmano. Cusmano gets laid out at the blue line as they come around to the near side corner once more. Reagan again. Scrumming for that puck. Rose tries to get it up and out of there. Hemi coming around the backside of the net. Spins it back around to Reagan. Reagan over to Bradis. Bradis back to Reagan. Taps it up the boards to Rose. Rose clears it. Storm pick it up at center. They make a drive. Look to get around Hemi. Hemi with the poke check. They try to stop it. Save by McGovern. 10:09 left to go here in this second period. Fresh legs on the ice for the Rabbits. Grimes and Browerman come in on the defensive side. McMullen, Ditsunin, and Resendez on the line. McMullen on the faceoff win gets it back to Browerman. Browerman taking it around the backside of McGovern. Gets it up the way to Resendez. Resendez Try to get it cleared. Grimes able to clear it out to center, but the Storm get possession. McMullen, nice takeaway there in the neutral zone. Able to dump it in deep into Storm territory. Rabbits with an opportunity here to make something happen as McMullen has it in the corner. Gets it to the blue line. Over to Browerman. Browerman trying to keep it in. He does, but it pops out between his legs at this point. And they got one-on-none as they pass it narrowly in front of McGovern. The Rabbits were all over them. Once more, Storm sending it into the corner to the side. McGovern ready to get that block. He was in a good position on that. Gets it sent up to the top, and great job by Browerman clearing it deep into the Storm zone. No icing called as the Storm pick it up once more. Coming in fast. They get stuck in the corner. They double it back around the backside of McGovern. Grimes going to pick it up at the top of the ice. He clears it out deep into the Storm zone. It's tapped, no icing. Storm goaltender calming that puck down. But the Rabbits are in there fighting hard for this puck with 8:35 left to go. That's Williamson in on that. Puck comes around to the corner. And they make their way through again, the Storm into the Rabbit zone. Shot, save by McGovern. .8:23 left to go in the second period. Rose taking the face off. Hemi, Kirschbaum, Poole, and Vogler out there. Rose gets that face-off wing, gets it over to Vogler. Vogler passing it up the way to Kirschbaum. Kirschbaum going after it as the Storm pick it off. Storm stopping it at the red line at center. Rose grabs it. Rose able to hold on to this puck. Kirschbaum with that takeaway, but it's taken back quickly. They try and get around Hemi. They lose the puck in the process, but it taps back to the blue line where they send it in right around the backside of McGovern. Poole putting the pressure on. Shot, goal. Fast passing, able to put another one in the back of the net for the Clearwater Storm. That's like this team is number one in their division. So it's a very good team. Eric Rose Jr. taking the face-off here now. Kirschbaum to his right. Vogler to his left. Poole and Hemi on the back end. Hemi sending it into the Storm zone. Kirschbaum with it. Taps it over to Rose. Storm take it away. Looking to get around Poole. Poole getting his stick in there, pushing him around to the side. Shot. Does not make it to McGovern as Hemi picks it up. Rose tried to clear it on the boards. Wide save by McGovern. Cage legs on the ice for the Rabbits with 7:25 left to go in this period. McMullen taking the face-off with Ditsunen and Resendez on either side. It's going to be Browerman and Reagan on the back end on defense. Puck comes around the backside of McGovern. Reagan in on it in the corner. Shot through traffic, deflected off of the skate of Browerman. Storm again, quick to move that puck into the Rabbit zone. Browerman taking the hit up against the boards. There literally was no contact on that. Like, he fell on his own, just for clarification. Shot through traffic, saved by McGovern. He was absolutely blindsided on that one. And Rabbits able to clear it on the rebound. Rabbits not able to move it very far, but they get pulled out to the side as the Rabbits take it away with a pass from McMullen to Resendez. Resendez not able to hold on to it. So comes around the backside of the net again. Deflected up and out of play by Reagan with 6:20 left to go in the second period. All right. Kozak on the face-off, gets it over to the side, or gets it over the way to Lauer. Lauer pushing his way through. He's able to get that, get it off of the side there. He sends it towards the net, but it's blocked by the post. Williamson in trying to get to it. Stopped by Poole at center ice. Poole turning it back around. Buying the Rabbits enough time to get back on side. Here comes Williamson and picked off by the Storm. Nice play there by Grimes, keeping it at center. Storm send it in once more, but it is going to be picked. It is going to be grabbed by the Rabbits and moved out to center ice. Storm again from the top circle in the Rabbit zone. Stopped by the skate of Poole. Poole clears it out to center. Who's going to get to it first? Lauer or the Storm? Lauer does, sending it towards the net. Wide. Puck comes loose again once more. All the way deep into the Rabbit zone for icing. With 5:04 left to go in the second period, or as I like to call it, the period that never ends. We're going to come all the way back. I don't know what it is, but it does not, just the second period seems longer than 14 minutes. Rose in for the faceoff, gets it over to the side to Broadus. Shot, saved by McGovern. Picked up by Hemi. Hemi would try to get it cleared from the zone, but it got stopped at the blue line by the Storm. Rose tried to get it cleared. And it's grabbed now by Browerman. Browerman able to lob it into center ice. Right back to the Storm. Broadus putting the pressure on in the back end. Here we go. Storm once more looking to see where they can set it up. They set it up at center, but Rose takes it away off of deflection from his skate. And now Broadus with it. Passes it up to Bowerman. Bowerman tried to skate it through. Broadus with it. And taken away once more by Clearwater. Hemi steps up to try to get to it. Shot. Score. .403 left to go here in this second period. 21 shots on goal by Clearwater. 6 by the Rabbits. Coming in fast. Here we come from the side. Shot wide. Whoa! That is going to be Grimes flying into the net. I don't know if he lost his edge or what, but he is slow getting out of that net. All right, Grimes is getting up and moving out on his own, which is good. Looks like he just lost his edge going in on that. Here we go, face off. McMullen on that draw. 3:45 left to go in this period. They send it around again in front of McGovern. Grimes with the puck. Try to play it up against the boards. It comes back around to the near side. Kirschbaum to get to it. Try to clear it. It's cleared. Deep into Storm zone with 3:03 left to go in this second period. It's icing on the Rabbits. So we're coming. You guessed it. All the way back. In for the faceoff, Kozak with Resendez out there along with Ditsunen, Poole, and Browerman. Ditsunen clearing it off the boards. Resendez trying to get it moved out to center. Storm pick it up once more. Drop pass back to the side. Shot wide. Ditsunen getting his stick in there, trying to get something going on it. From the blue line through traffic, saved by McGovern. Again to the top of the blue line. As Ditsunen with his stick in there. Poole trying to get that puck out of there, and he's getting literally dude all over his back. Shot saved by McGovern. We got another penalty coming up against number 19, Alex Kozak. What's this one? I did not see what the penalty was. Tripping. It is a tripping penalty on Kozak. With 2:06 left to go in this second period. Face-off coming to McGovern's stick side. Rose taking the face-off. Reagan and Hemi out there. Storm pass it to the top of the ice. They tried to send it, but Lauer stops them. Lauer kicking that puck out of there. Gets it to Rose. Rose with an opportunity over to Lauer. Lauer to Rose. Lauer back to Rose as he gets pushed out to the side. Here comes Reagan. Reagan fires through traffic. It's wide. Again, Lauer trying to get to it at the top of the boards. Shovels it into the corner. And here comes the Storm with it with less than a minute to go on the penalty kill for the Rabbits. Shot saved by McGovern. That was totally a turtle save on his behalf. Great job. 47 seconds left to go in the penalty kill. 1:23 left to go in the period. Net guard got discarded on the ice there by one of the players. McMullen taking the face off. Grimes, Williamson, and Browerman all out there. Browerman able to tap that puck over to McMullen. McMullen trying to stay with it to move it out of the zone. Browerman has it. He lobs it. And it's tipped. Picked up by the Storm in the Rabbit zone. Less than a minute to go in the second period. McMullen putting the pressure on. Williamson with it. He tried to get something off there, and it's going to be a penalty coming up now for tripping against the Storm. So we are going to be 4-on-4 for the next 6 seconds. And then Rabbits will be on a power play. 41.8 seconds left to go in this second period. Rose taking the face off. Browerman, Ditsunen, and Resendez out there on the line with them. Here we go. Rose wins the face-off, gets it over to Browerman. Browerman to the corner, over to Rose. Puck gets deflected deep into the Rabbit zone. It comes all the way down. It's going to be icing on the Storm. And Rabbits are officially on a power play now as we come all the way back for a face-off happening. Face-off happening here on the goaltender's glove side. In for the face-off, it's going to be Rose with Resendez on the right, Ditson into the left, Bowerman and Grimes on the back end. Storm win that face-off as Resendez picks it up off the bank, off the wall. Shot on goal by Bowerman, knocked down. And a breakaway opportunity now for the Storm. Shot! Great save by McGovern. Rose with it. Rose turning it around. Taking a shot. Deflected. And that is going to be it for the second period. We're going to start off period number 3 with 49 seconds in a power play for the Rabbits when we get back. Thanks for joining us live here on the KPHN, where your Daytona Swamp Rabbits facing a really tough opponent today with the Clearwater Ice Storm. We want to thank you guys for being such great supporters of this team throughout the entire season. It's been a rough season with some highs and definitely some lows, but this team has never given up. So we want to thank you for being part of the Swamp Rabbits family this season. As we get ready to head into our tournament time, next weekend we'll be heading to Washington, D.C. Games starting on Saturday. So watch live here on this YouTube channel. And then on February the 8th will be our last 2 regular season games for our division. We will be playing those games in Clearwater. But don't worry, hockey's not over yet, because then in February over President's Weekend, we are going to be heading to Minnesota for a tournament. So you can find it all here. McMullen on the faceoff wing gets it back over to Reagan. Reagan passes it along the board to Williamson. Williamson tried to stay with it, but it's picked off by the Storm. 35 seconds left to go in the power play for the Rabbits, but the Storm have control as they make their way into the Rabbit zone. Great job by McMullen. McMullen with a side into the pipe there. Dang, but he's able to drop it off. They're going to call a stoppage of play here to check the goal, because it did come off of its spike there. With 22 seconds left to go in the power play for the Rabbits. Let's see if Rabbits can't get it cleared and a shot on goal in this. We are officially on a rolling clock at this point in time as the Storm clear it off the face-off. It comes all the way down deep into their own territory. They take it around the backside of their own net, clearing it up to the blue line as McMullen gets that puck over to the side to Kozak. Kozak tried to get to it. Poole trying to go after it. Shot deflected. Kozak trying to push that puck through. But a quick pass through center puts it in the back of the net. Rabbits looking to just get 1 goal on the board here for this game, with 12:40 and counting left to go. In for the faceoff, it is Resendez with Fogler to the left. First bomb to the right. On the back end, it is Hemi and Grimes. Resendez gets it back over to Grimes. Grimes tapping it up the way into Storm zone. Storm with possession. Shot saved by McGovern. Puck comes out to center ice as Fogler taps it across that center line. Once more again, with 11:30 and counting, they put it in the back of the net. All right, coming in at center, Lauer is going to be taking the face-off. Rose to the left, Ditsunen to the right. Poole and Browerman on the back end. Browerman's going to pick it up, sending it up the way, trying to get it across the ice. Poole going to chase it down deep into Rabbit zone. He's going to settle that puck down, passing it around the backside of the net, getting it up the way to Ditsunen. Ditsunen with the puck now, takes it around the backside of McGovern. Looking to set it up over again to Rose. It's batted down by the Storm. Storm with it from the slot. Shot deflected wide. Poole goes after it in the corner. Storm calming it down, setting it up. Great save by McGovern. 2 saves by McGovern. Cleared up to the top of the way to Ditsunen. Here comes Jaden Ditsunen as he holds it up. Looks to get it set. Gets it back to Browerman, but it's cleared out again by the Storm. Rabbits dumping it in deep into the corner as Williamson gets to it. Grimes keeping it in play. Storm quick to pick it up. Shot deflected up and out of play into the rafters with less than 9:30 left to go in this game. 30 shots on goal right now, faced by Angelo McGovern. 30. That's a lot. Kozak on the face-off. Puck comes up to the blue line. They send it towards McGovern again. Collision at McGovern, in front of McGovern. Everybody's able to quickly get up. Shot locked down. McGovern swings in there to save that puck. Nice job. Puck gets cleared out deep into the Rabbit zone, or into the Storm zone. Williamson coming in to put the pressure on. Williamson, Resendez, and Kozak all waiting to see where that pass is going to go. It gets batted down at center ice as they take it in. Shot saved by McGovern. Williamson fires high over the head of goaltender. Browerman tried to get that puck back. He gets it over to the side, tried to get it up to Kirschbaum. Puck gets deflected deep into the Rabbit zone with Browerman going after it in the corner. Browerman tried to get it up to Fogler. It got deflected. Puck is loose. Puck is loose. Shot. Saved by McGovern. .7:30 and counting left to go in this game. want to take a moment and say thank you very much to the coaches who have put in all their time and effort and expertise into this team. Head coach. Sorry, I was looking to see what was going on there. Head coach Eric Perrin, who took on this team this year. Assistant coach Vic Kirschbaum. Assistant coach Lee Wood. Hemi fires from wide. Also want to thank the parents who have put so much time and effort in volunteering when it comes to running the box or making sure that things are running smoothly in between games, or even just helping out with rides to the rink. Thank you to all those parents, especially to Christina Kirschbaum, who is our team manager for this team. She's not here today, but we want to say hi, Christina. And she's with her daughter as their team. The 14U team is playing, I believe, in Clearwater today. Kirschbaum coming in with that puck into the Storm zone. Storm picking it back up once more. Poole poking that puck up and out of the way. Rabbits clear it. Storm have it. Bowerman getting his stick in there. Shot wide of McGovern. Lauer getting in on that again. Once more. Shot wide. Actually, it was not wide. I think he deflected off of the skate of McGovern on that one. Rabbits try to get it clear. They just can't. Shot. Score. Top shelf goal by the Storm. With less than 5 minutes to play in this game. Kozak in at center for the faceoff. Reagan sending that puck back to center, back up to Kozak. Kozak to Rose to Ditsunen. Ditsunen coming in after that puck. He's holding on to it. I need to just stop talking when I say things like that, because every time I say he's holding on to it, they take it away. All right, in front of the net again to McGovern. Quick pass, a quick shot, it's wide. Here comes Reagan. Reagan over to Kozak. Puck stopped at the blue line, sent back towards McGovern. Storm again with it, keeping it in on that blue line. Reagan again, passes it across the way over to Rose. Rose with it, getting it here at the bottom. Ditsunen taking it in the zone. Storm once more with it. Reagan stopping it at the red line, picked back up by the Storm. Reagan again, popping it out of the way. Back over to Rose, to Reagan. Reagan to Kozak. Kozak spinning it. Kozak trying to keep his stick in there, but they got it all tangled up. Reagan fires! Oh, damn. That wasn't Reagan. That was Easton Grimes with a hard shot just high over the head of the goaltender. Puck comes clear. Hemi now with it, passing it up the way to Resendez. Resendez at the red line, over to Williamson. Williamson got a chance, send it back to Resendez, picked up by McMullen. McMullen fires, it doesn't make it through the surge of Storm players in front of the net. Storm come back in once more. They set up on the side. And they put it in over the stick side of McGovern. 2 minutes, 30 seconds and counting left to go in this game. Lauer in at center. Vogler down below. Kirschbaum up top. Oh my gosh, my nose is running so bad right now. Bowerman and Reagan on the back end with 1:50 and counting left to go in this game. Williamson on the faceoff. I'm sorry, Lauer on the faceoff, trying to get it up to Kirschbaum. Storm get it. It's picked up by Reagan. Reagan gets it up to Kirschbaum. Kirschbaum over to Lauer. Storm with it. Storm taking it around the back side of the net. Cleared out of the way by Vogler. Back to center. By the Storm and back into the Rabbit zone. Shot wide in front of McGovern. Picked up by Kirschbaum, who swings it around to the bottom of the ice. Vogler looking to go after it. Storm picking it up first. Storm with it. Off the boards and over to Lauer. Lauer turning it around. Storm's got it. That was a little offside-y there, but that's okay. Here comes Vogler. Vogler tried to get a shot off. Wasn't able to get much power behind it, but it was a shot and a save by the goaltender with 40 seconds left to go in this game. Face-off coming to the stick side of Ice goaltender, or of Ice Storm goaltender. Kozak in. Kozak, Bradis, Resendez, Browerman, and Reagan. Shot through traffic by Browerman, doesn't make it. Puck deflects off the skate of Resendez as Browerman going after it in the corner. Shot in front of the net, save by McGovern. And that is going to be it to finish up our last home game here of the season as the Rabbits fall to the Clearwater Ice Storm. 35 shots on goal by Clearwater, 8 shots on goal by the Rabbits. Thank you so much for joining us here on the KPHN. We hope you have enjoyed the broadcast despite the outcome. I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported this team. We will see you next Saturday in Washington, D.C. Join us live here on the KPHN for that. And then don't forget, February 8th and then the following weekends.
Very good commentary. I love the play-by-play.
I want to say thank you to these players right here for the Daytona Swamp Rabbits with their last home game here of the season. Number 19, Captain Alex Kozak. Number 21, Luke Williamson. And number 23, Aiden Kirschbaum. Again, thanks for joining us on the KPHN. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast despite the outcome.